Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be how to convince your parents to let you own guinea pigs. So I get this question a lot. It's a very common question, which is why I decided to answer all of your questions in this video. But I have to say that sometimes I do agree with parents if they're not letting you get guinea pigs. Parents know you really well, and if they don't think you're responsible enough or old enough, or maybe they'll know you can't afford it, or even maybe you have other pets that you've got bored with easily and they know it's going to happen again, they might be right. So remember to always be respectful of what your parents think and believe. You might even have a parent that's allergic to a certain pet. So before watching this video and using all the tips, maybe consider that, because there'll always be a time when you can have pets when you're a little bit older. It's just a matter of waiting. However, I can completely relate to those of you who were responsible enough, who could afford a pet and knew everything you could about that pet but just weren't allowed pets. And I can relate to that so much, because when I was younger I wasn't allowed pets and I had to really convince my parents to let me have pets by doing all of the tips I'm going to show you, which is why I knew so much about not being able to have pets. The only reason that my parents were so against larger pets such as rabbits and guinea pigs at the time was because they were worried about when we went on holiday, and also they were worried about the smell and the cleanliness of the pet. So I had to really convince them about how responsible I was going to be and how I'd care for that pet and how I'd be able to afford it and things like that. So I can completely relate to you guys. Of course, I'm much older now and I work and can afford to rescue guinea pigs and have them, even though I still live at home, but I can completely relate to how you're feeling. It's so disappointing when you're trying to get a pet and you've done everything you could. So hopefully these tips will help you out and give you a bit of a way to kind of convince your parents to let you own a pet or a guinea pig. So number one is be responsible. I've already spoke about this quite a bit already. It's so important to be responsible. There is no way your parents are going to be convinced or let you have a guinea pig if you're not a responsible person. Make sure you're keeping up with chores and doing homework and trying your best at school. Also, if you have any other pets, maybe off to walk the dog, or if you've got, even if it's a fish, make sure you're feeding your fish and being really enthusiastic about that pet's care. If you're not, then they're not going to let you get a guinea pig because you're already showing that you're not interested in the pets that you already have. If you don't have any pets, then just do as much as you can to help around the house and help with brothers or sisters or help your mum and dad, and they'll really see how responsible you are. Number two, do lots of research. This is a super important tip. There's no point going and getting a pet that you have no clue about. You need to make sure you know everything about that pet and can answer any question that your parents would throw at you. Make sure you watch lots of YouTube videos. They will help you out a ton. Join some forums, read some books. Books aren't expensive, you can get them from charity shops, and leaflets. There are loads in Pets at Home. Just make sure you're really showing that you're doing the research and can answer any questions someone asks you about guinea pigs. Number three, make a list of how much you will need to spend weekly and what you will need to buy. This is super important and will show how responsible you are, but will also help you out a ton. So before deciding that you're going to try and convince your parents that you want a guinea pig, you obviously should have done your research and will know what kind of diet you want them on and that they should be on. So use Pets at Home or other websites. There's lots of pet websites like ViaVet to choose diets, and you can look at reviews and ingredients and nutrition, and it will really help you out. Then make a list of all the prices of what you'll first need before getting a guinea pig, and also what you will need to spend weekly. This will really help you out, and you'll be able to arrange everything beforehand, and it will just look so responsible, and will just make it a much easier process for you too. Number four, prove that you'll be able to afford a pet by saving up. This relates to the last tip, but it's another important one. Put all of your pennies aside and make sure that you have enough money for vet funds and things like that. And again, it's showing responsibility. Just make sure you have enough money to be able to afford the pet. Number five, use all of your information to create a PowerPoint or video to show to your parents. This is a great tip to convince parents to let you own a pet or own guinea pigs. Just doing a small video or presentation explaining why you would be a responsible owner, explaining how much you know about that pet, and why maybe with guinea pigs you could say why you would need 2 guinea pigs because they're so sociable. Really go into detail. Also show your lists of money preparation, show them how much you saved, show them how much you will need to spend weekly and how much you're prepared to do for that pet and things like that. This will really help you, and it's just such a great way to convince your parents that you will look after this pet, and it'll show them how much you've done and you know about this pet beforehand before even asking. Number 6, don't be pushy. Another super important tip. You know what parents are like. The more you push, the less chance they're going to change their minds. Just be really relaxed about it. If they say no, maybe just say, oh, could you give me a reason, and be really nice about it. And once they give their reason, just say that's fine by me, and be really polite about it, and maybe don't ask it again for a few months perhaps. And in a few months, maybe you could go up to your parents and say, I feel like I've grown up a little bit more. Is there any chance now that I could own a guinea pig? I've done a lot more research and things like that. Just don't be pushy, because parents will change their mind in a flick of a switch, and if you're being pushy and silly, then they're just gonna not let you get your guinea pigs. I think the more you want something and the more you're pushy about it, the more your parents will be the other way around and not let you get a guinea pig. So thank you for watching. That was just 6 quick tips on my ideas of how to convince your parents to get guinea pigs. I've used them all, and it really worked for me, because I felt like I was responsible enough to own pets, and especially at the time it's frustrating wanting to, you know, look after a pet and learn more about them when you couldn't. So these tips really helped me, and I can relate to those of you who are in the same situation. So I hope this has helped out a little bit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.